Hey guys, this is Wiz, one of the hosts of Conspiracy with the Toke. Want y'all to come over to my podcast and check us out with my new 5-part miniseries, Take a Hit, featuring the Wiz. Got part 1 of Noah's Ark coming next. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, Conspiracy fans. This is your host, The Wizard, bringing you the first ever episode of the new hit miniseries, Take a Hit, where I'll give my thoughts and comments on a certain subject. And it's going to be a 5-part miniseries, and within that 5-part miniseries, I'm going to give you 2 top 5 videos, comments, and everything on that. So anyway, our first subject for this very first episode tonight, Noah's Ark. I'm going to say it right now, Noah's Ark, complete and utter bull malarkey. Hands down, bull malarkey all the way. I don't believe that God came to this guy Noah back in like a long time ago and say, I'm going to give you all this wood and you're going to build me a boat and put 2 of every creature on the planet. Plants, seeds, everything, like all on this boat with 7 people, 2 being Noah and his wife and the rest being his children, all daughters, by the way, no males in this family. So God said a great flood's going to happen, which is complete and utter bullcrap because there's physically no evidence of a flood ever happening. It shows you in the fossils, the fossil records, nothing. Nothing. No proof, nothing. The Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon's your very, 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 very best example because it comes in layers. And in these layers, there's fossils. And nowhere in the fossils does it show a group of animals crossing over to another group of animals. It's complete and utter bull malarkey. Creationism, I'm not a fan of it. I want to believe it, but I don't think it's believable. I don't believe that some higher being out there was just like, poof, there's a guy. And then there's a girl, and so on and so forth. I don't believe it. But tonight I'm going to actually sum it all up with a video clip of our favorite, at least when I was a kid, Bill Nye, from the debate between Bill Nye versus Ken Ham of evolution and creationism. So I'm going to play you this clip just to clarify the solidity of my argument that creationism is complete and utter bullcrap. Now sit back, relax, take a hit, and enjoy the video.
Mr. Ham and his followers have this remarkable view of a worldwide flood that somehow influenced everything that we observe in nature. A 500-foot wooden boat, 8 zookeepers for 14,000 individual animals, every land plant in the world underwater for a full year. I ask us all, is that really reasonable? You'll hear a lot about the Grand Canyon, I imagine, also, which is a remarkable place, and it has fossils. And the fossils in the Grand Canyon are found in layers. There is not a single place in the Grand Canyon where the fossils of one type of animal cross over into the fossils of another. In other words, when there was a big flood on the earth, you would expect drowning animals to swim up to a higher level. Not any one of them did. Not a single one. If you could find evidence of that, my friends, you could change the world. One of the extraordinary claims associated with Mr. Ham's worldview is that this giant boat, very large wooden ship, went aground safely on a mountain in the Middle East, what we now call the Middle East. And so places like Australia are populated then by animals who somehow managed to get from the Middle East all the way to Australia in the last 4,000 years. Now, that to me is an extraordinary claim. We would expect then, somewhere between the Middle East and Australia, we would expect to find evidence of kangaroos. We would expect to find some fossils, some bones. In the last 4,000 years, somebody would have been hopping along there and died along the way, and we'd find them. And furthermore, there's a claim that there was a land bridge that allowed these animals to get from Asia all the way to the continent of Australia, and that land bridge has disappeared in the last 4,000 years. No navigator, no diver, no U.S. Navy submarine, no one's ever detected any evidence of this, let alone any fossils of kangaroos. So your expectation is not met. It doesn't seem to hold up. Another remarkable thing I'd like everybody to consider, inherent in this worldview, is that somehow Noah and his family were able to build a wooden ship that would house 14,000 individuals. There are 7,000 kinds, and there's a boy and a girl for each one of those. So it's about 14,008 people. And these people were unskilled. As far as anybody knows, they had never built a wooden ship before. Furthermore, they had to get all these animals on there, and they had to feed them. And I understand that Mr. Ham has some explanations for that, which I frankly find extraordinary, but this is the premise of the bit. And we can then run a test, a scientific test. People in the early 1900s built an extraordinary large wooden ship, the Wyoming. It was a 6-masted schooner, the largest one ever built. It had a motor on it for winching cables and stuff. But this boat had a great difficulty. It was not as big as the Titanic, but it was a very long ship. It would twist in the sea. It would twist this way, and this way. And in all that twisting, it leaked. It leaked like crazy. The crew could not keep the ship dry. And indeed, it eventually foundered and sank, loss of all 14 hands. So there were 14 crewmen aboard a ship built by very, very skilled shipwrights in New England. These guys were the best in the world at wooden shipbuilding. And they couldn't build a boat as big as the Ark is claimed to have been. Is that reasonable? Is that possible? That the best shipbuilders in the world couldn't do what 8 unskilled people, men and their wives, were able to do? Shipwrights, my ancestors, the Nye family in New England, spent their whole life learning to make ships. I mean, it's very reasonable perhaps to you that Noah had superpowers and was able to build this extraordinary craft with 7 family members, but to me it's just not reasonable.
Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that audio clip of Bill Nye solidifying my philosophy on creationism versus evolution. Tonight I'm going to give a special promotional shout out to Nugs Bunnies. Make sure you check them out on Instagram at NugsBunny202. Check them out for more information. Well, alright, that's all I have for tonight, guys. Make sure you follow, like, everything. Follow me. Episode 2 coming in about a week, maybe 2 weeks. Check me out. It's going to be a top 5 video. Make sure you tune in and check out that video. Well, guys, just remember, keep your tinfoil hats and your bowls close. You never know what may happen.
Are you lonely? Are you and your cats lonely? Are you and your cats super lonely, sitting in your bed on your second tub of Jerry's, 2 blunts deep, with some girl named Tiffany making you burritos in the kitchen? Then now's the perfect time for you. Hey y'all, Mountain here. Just wanted to remind y'all to go over to our Instagram and make sure you follow us at @theroundtable_757, especially for your chance to win a monthly giveaway for free. That, again, for free. Or if you want to get your ear holes fucked nice and good, go over to www.anchor.fm.toktok, spelled TOKETOK. Or if you want to leave us a nice personal message, go over to our email and send us a nice, loving request at trtproductions757@gmail.com. And coming soon, our website. Now back to the outro.